Hello, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Gemini, this is your monthly read for July, for the month of July. So we're going to see what's going on for you. And it's a general reading, so anything and everything goes. So take whatever resonates. We're starting with 3 initial cards here. And we're just going to go deeper and deeper into these energies to see what's up with you. And then there's going to be an extension at the end of this. You're so welcome there. If you feel like you resonate, if you feel like you want to know more about it. First cut out is flexible. Being flexible in your life right now. We have 19 there as well. So there might be a love relationship swirling around in the essence of you. That's something you want. Second card out, please. Gemini for the month of June. No, July. Wow. Second card out is mending. And third card is Treasure Island, which is basically getting everything you want. I'm just going to immediately I'm just going to get all the cards on the table. Pun intended. So flexible. How can we... Oh my goodness. The energy in that one. Wow. Well, I see. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause. Instinctively knowing just what to do. Knight of Gabriel. So that's a new energy entering your life. And it says time to take action. And that, I don't know if you saw it. Maybe that the camera didn't pick that up. But it just really shot out from the deck. That's coming underneath flexible. And then mending, the mending card, can we clarify that please? Mending, another knight and the lovers. So let's see if that is a choice or if that is actual love coming in, because the lovers is coming out next to I mean, it is love, but the thing is there might be several suitors here, Gemini. So we have the Knight of Raphael, which is very much about, that's romantic partnerships. That's someone a little bit unexpectedly, like a little bit of a surprise element coming into your life. And it's with mending. It's underneath mending. So it's an interesting energy here. And then the Treasure Island. Can we clarify that Treasure Island there for Gemini, please, for the month of July? Well, the cards are talking loud and clear. That's so weird, because if you, like, I would understand. It's so interesting because we have mending, which is a little bit like we're healing an energy, we're coming together, we're you know, and then we get like really gorgeous, fast moving energies as a clarifier for that. And then we have Treasure Island, which is basically like, here's everything you want. Here's your wish fulfillment. Here's your shooting star, you know. But as a clarifier, we have release the past. Release the past. You will grow from the situation. Like it's I guess the mending period there is focusing more on the future and like brings a lot of beautiful things in so that we can move to this Treasure Island. But there's still remembrance, can I say that? From your past. Okay, we're going to go into each and every one of these and just figure it out. See what's going on for you, Gemini, for the month of July. So you start with this flexible card with the Knight of Gabriel. Being flexible with the Knight of Gabriel. And that was the first indication, the 19 there. 19 numerology-wise, it's like Prince or Princess of Heaven. That there's someone surrounding you in the ethers. Someone is in the essence of you. With the Knight of Gabriel, which is a new energy. It's it's a little bit of a surprise element here today, and because we have the Knight coming out again there, I just feel like the Knight, the meaning of the Knight here is that there's a new energy entering, and it's like it's time to take action, whatever situation you're in. If this is not relationship related, if this is like you getting on board with like a new business, taking an opportunity that has shown up for you, wanting to go back to school, wanting to get educated in something, if this is something for your body, like a health regime, deciding what to do, this might be just for one single person. There's like, you're in this situation, Gemini, where you're put in the situation to choose from treatments, and like this is about finding out which treatment will be better for you. And I think it's like where the new energy is the better one for you. I'm no physician, no doctor, no, like I don't even have the right to sort of say that, actually. So obviously whatever fits you better, go with your gut feeling, go with your gut instinct. I'm just telling you what the energy is here. So back to the general, I just feel like there's a big influx, there's a big energy coming into your life, there's a change that is taking place, and it really serves you to be flexible at this time, to not be rigid about like, this is it, this is how it's going to be, this is it. Excuse me. Because moving on to the next one, this mending, I'm actually going to read out of the book. Have I ever read out of the book for that one? I think maybe. So the mending there, we have, it comes out with the 40, no, sorry. It comes out with the 52. I just saw 40 here, like so easily persuade into another. 52. So maybe that's it, Gemini. Are you easily persuaded elsewhere? Do you have something in mind, like you're going for something and then something else shows up, like you're being very in the present moment, like a child almost, like my son will, he will play with something and he just, he's going to get something from the kitchen and it's like that short of a walk and he just starts to walk towards the kitchen and there will be like a dinosaur laying on the floor on the way there. And he never makes it to the kitchen because then, there's a dinosaur, and he like starts to play with the dinosaur. Being very in the present moment, you could say, very in the present moment. Are you easily persuaded? Like, are you easily like, okay, so this is my course, this is the focus, this is what I want, this is the path that I set out on to go for. But then this little thing comes up, whatever that is, and you're like easily off course. Is that the case, Gemini? So we have 52 there on this mending card. So we're in the last week of this. 52 weeks in a year, right? And we are in the 52nd week. So we're in the last week of this mending. So I'm going to read from the book. Excuse me. Forgiveness, making amends, healing, and arguments. No, healing after arguments. The Oracle's message states, each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. I just have to say that I just switched over from when I do my healing work these days, I stopped calling it healing and started to call it integration. So that's a very interesting. Like we're just experiencing so many things in our lives, and sometimes we feel like we need healing from something. And I'm starting to understand that it's not healing. Like we're not broken. We don't need any healing. We just need to integrate every new aspect of ourselves that we have grown into. Does that make sense? And so maybe there's been a lack of integration after some sort of drama, conflict. It can be such a small thing. You try to sometimes like, is there a major thing happening in your life? Like, no, really, it isn't. but then it can be like 20 little mini fires going on. And, you know, those fires stacked upon each other eventually create this big, you know, burst into flame situation. Inflammation. I just thought of the play on words there, the inflammation. If you have any type of inflammation in your body going, is there little fires going on in terms of just being in little mini arguments with someone? It can even be with yourself, like you're in little mini arguments with yourself, or if you're like really with someone else, like you're having these little mini conflicts, and you probably wouldn't say even that it's an argument, or even like that was nothing, because we become accustomed to these little things that becomes the norm, and then those pile up. They pile up, and if you haven't really integrated the solution or integrated the new place that you found after this conflict, hopefully there's a new place, it's gonna turn into little inflammations in your body. This is a really interesting. Okay, let's just move on. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden, which I would call the little mini fires. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal, the pain, the memories, the echoes. I'm starting to see the thread now. The echoes of resentments and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Have you ever had those little conversations in your mind? There's no one there, but it's you and this other person, just sort of, for sure, been guilty of that in my past. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, to release, to make peace, and to make amends to others. Set yourself free. The relationship message states, you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you're to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you're not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge this gap? ? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what would love do? ? It almost gets me a little bit emotional. Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest, and I am so sorry, but I don't know this word. Redress? REDRESS. Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. So we put on a clothing for a second time. Prosperity message. Everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of the long-term sustainable prosperity. Oh my goodness, this is exactly what I just said. Like when I was going for something, and then just because I saw another number, I said the wrong number because there's another thing that's right in front of my face. That's what I tried to explain. The energy of like when my boy is going from the living room to the kitchen and he finds this dinosaur on the way there. Like, are you easily persuaded, like off your course, off your path? And here it comes. You may come to realize that in chasing after pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of the long-term sustainable prosperity. So there's something about getting back on track, getting back on your path. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately lead to loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. Don't stop this train. just gonna let it pass. I don't know how much the microphone is picking up here. It's just a little. That's a long train. Okay. Where was I? Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way. It's a tough one. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. And then I was not going to read the protection message, but I'm drawn in there, so I will read that. I never read that, but I will read it today. Heartbreak is a very strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on our separateness. I'm sorry. This is supposed to be very serious, and I'm just making a mess of it. Heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on our separateness. There you go. Where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening up to sympathy, empathy, and deep and dependence on others. Sorry for butchering this. It opens us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. And it leads to us become one with a greater whole again. Pain and suffering is... Pain and suffering is part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Question mark. Again, I'm getting so emotional. Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved now more than ever by Spirit, who does not want you to feel alone. One day you will look back and know this truth. And I think you already know it. Wow, what a message. I mean, no, I have never read the mending card out from the book before. And I feel that when you do, the clarification of this is like, okay, so it's like you're seeking a soulmate, you're seeking a teammate. If you're already in a committed relationship, or if you're single, it doesn't really matter, because this is coming for you. And I think if you're in a committed relationship, maybe you haven't really allowed for this person that you're with to fully see you. Or maybe you haven't allowed yourself to fully open up and invite them fully in. Excuse me, does that make sense? And if you're single, it probably has taken some time for you. Like, it feels like there's been a really wounded heart here. And it has been taking some time for you to sort of get back on track, get back up on the horse. But here's the suggestion. We have the 19, the swirling of the relationship in the essence there around you. And here's like, okay, so we have the Knight of Raphael, which is a big healer. Committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. So there's this big shift, this quick shift of this gorgeous energy that is wanting to enter your life if you are just mending the energy inside of yourself. And so I would not start a new relationship unless you have really forgiven your past. And this is also about like forgiving yourself. And you're in the 52nd week of this. Like, you're in the very last week of this. So you're right there. And then together with, I so get this now. Release the past. You will, already said in the book, you will grow from this situation. Time heals all wounds. And so, and then we have the knowledge card come out right next to it. And we already have figured that out with the other, this is like underneath the treasure island. So you are headed in such a gorgeous direction. And we have a little, like it said in the book, you might not even be aware that some of these vibrations are still active within you, that you still hold a little bit of a grudge against the past person, or you're still holding a little bit of grudge towards your now person, because there are little conflicts going on here and there. And like I said, it's going to pile up. It's going to start to sort of burst into a flame. And it's going to inflame your body eventually. And it's just not worth it. And it seems like there can be so much healing if you're with your present person. Like if you really want to stay with this person that you're with in this committed relationship. Like there's a great opportunity for healing here, or integration rather. And if you're single, like you just want to heal those wounds. You just want to say, like, look at it one last time, just say goodbye to that past. And there's so much knowledge that has come out of it. Like we have the 8 of Ariel there, which is basically the infinity of love, like the infinity of, you have done this now. We have like, been going in a loop, and you've done this now. You've learned from past experience. You've learned from your present moment. You have started to really integrate your knowledge, your life experience in relationships. Again, if this is not, it looks a lot like this is for relationships for the most part, but it is a general read. So if this is not relationships, it probably isn't your reading this time. Or if you put it into like, this is your job situation or a health situation, So we have the treasure island here. Slow and steady wins the race. You're so headed towards your treasure island. Are you in your treasure island with a completely gorgeous relationship, or where the new relationship has entered your life? No, I don't feel that. But this is for the month of July. So there's a big shift in the month of July for you, where you're like so close to breaking. We're in the last week there, and we're so close to breaking through to this treasure island. Slow and steady wins the race. So just be patient, Gemini. I know you hate that word. And just release the burdens of the past. Like you have the right to do that. You have the right to have an easy life. And we'll move on. And we'll move on right into the extension. See what I did there? So if you feel like this is your reading, and you're so intrigued by it, or you just want to know more, you want to go deeper into this message, you're so welcome to the extension. There's 2 ways to get there. Just read about them in the description box and see whatever fits you better there. If not, thank you so much for watching, Gemini. I really, really appreciate it. And if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, I would highly appreciate that as well. I want to throw in there that there's a couple of comments about not getting the uploads, not getting the videos. And if you unsubscribe, if you already are a subscriber, if you unsubscribe to the video, this is what I read up on from YouTube. If you unsubscribe to the channel, and then you subscribe again, and then press the little bell button, you will get the uploads again. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.